Chapter 1. The Chamber of Discernment. The meditation grove had never been completely silent before. Even in its quietest moments, there had always been movement. Leaves whispered to one another as unseen winds carried forgotten prayers through the ancient trees. The Chakratati rivers hummed with a steady rhythm, their waters reflecting stars that did not belong to the night sky above Earth. The dragon guardians often appeared as distant silhouettes, watching from mountain ridges or standing beside waterfalls whose mist carried memories instead of rain. The grove itself felt alive, breathing alongside every traveler who entered its sacred paths. But on this day, everything stopped. The rivers became perfectly still. The wind vanished. Even the glow surrounding the dragon-color trees faded into a calm, silver light. Anonymous Cherry stood in the center of the grove, feeling an unfamiliar sensation settle over him. It was not fear. It was not excitement. It was something deeper, a realization that every step he had taken through the time chamber, every battle he had survived, every dragon color he had mastered, and every lesson earned through discipline had led to this exact moment. His rainbow dragon ultra instinct rested quietly beneath his skin. His birthright dragon chi flowed through him like a second heartbeat. The 34 years of accumulated dragon chi, refined through the hidden time chamber, where every earth second represented 1,000 years of spiritual refinement, pulsed with extraordinary calm. It no longer felt like a raging ocean demanding release. It felt like an ancient mountain, immense, patient, and completely at peace. For the first time since beginning his journey, Anonymous realized he no longer felt compelled to prove his strength. That realization surprised him more than any transformation ever had. He remembered the younger version of himself who believed every challenge required greater power, every obstacle demanded another breakthrough, and every defeat meant he simply needed to train harder. Those beliefs had carried him through many victories, but now they seemed incomplete. The dragon chi resting within him had quietly reshaped his perspective. It taught him that mastery was not measured by how loudly power announced itself, but by how steadily it could remain present without needing recognition. As he breathed in, the air itself felt different, not heavier, clearer. Each inhale carried the scent of cedar, fresh rain, and distant mountain stone warmed by sunlight. Each exhale seemed to release years of invisible tension he had forgotten he was carrying. His muscles relaxed without becoming weak. His thoughts slowed without becoming dull. Every heartbeat synchronized with the rhythm of the meditation grove, until it became impossible to distinguish where his life ended and the grove's presence began. Then, the earth beneath his feet shifted, not violently, gently, like an enormous door opening somewhere beneath reality itself. Golden circles spread across the ground in intricate geometric patterns. Symbols Anonymous had never seen slowly revealed themselves, glowing with a light that seemed older than language. They did not resemble the dragon-colored glyphs or the markings of the time chamber. These symbols appeared almost alive, constantly rearranging themselves into new patterns before flowing into perfect harmony once again. The invisible spirit emerged from the light. Unlike every previous encounter, the spirit did not appear as an overwhelming force. Instead, it carried the quiet presence of someone who had nothing left to prove. Its expression reflected compassion rather than mystery. For several moments, neither spoke. The silence itself became the lesson. Anonymous found that he no longer felt uncomfortable in stillness. Years ago, silence had invited impatience. His mind would have searched for answers, strategies, or hidden meanings. Now, silence felt complete. Finally, the invisible spirit smiled. "You have learned to hear what does not make a sound." Anonymous lowered his head respectfully. "I did not know I was learning." "That," the spirit replied, "is why you are ready." The ground opened completely. A staircase descended into darkness. There were no torches, no dragon guardians, no glowing crystals, only a path disappearing beyond sight. Anonymous instinctively reached inward to summon Rainbow Dragon Ultra Instinct. Nothing happened. He called upon Snake Chi. Silence. He reached for Chakratati. No response. Even the vast reservoir of birthright dragon chi rested quietly, refusing to answer. A brief flicker of uncertainty passed through his mind. Not panic, simply surprise. For years, those abilities had become trusted companions. They had never failed him. He looked toward the invisible spirit. My connection is gone. The spirit shook its head gently. No, it is resting. Anonymous frowned. I don't understand. The spirit stepped closer until only a few feet separated them. Every chamber before this one strengthened what you could do. This chamber asks a different question. The spirit's voice became softer. Who are you when you cannot do anything extraordinary? Those words settled deeply within Anonymous. He searched himself for an answer. Without Dragon Chi, without Rainbow Dragon, without Snake Chi, without every fate card he had earned, who remained? The question echoed through every memory he possessed. He remembered standing alone after difficult seasons of life, long before he understood energy systems or hidden chambers. He remembered moments when courage had appeared before confidence, when compassion had mattered more than victory, and when simple acts of perseverance had carried him farther than talent ever could. Perhaps, those moments had always been his greatest source of strength. The invisible spirit seemed to recognize the realization forming within him. The abilities were never your identity, it said. They were your responsibility. The staircase brightened, not because light appeared, because Anonymous no longer feared walking into the unknown. He placed one foot upon the first step. The stone felt warm. Another step, then another. With each descent, memories quietly surfaced, not to haunt him, but to remind him of every lesson that had shaped his character. His military discipline, his failures, his victories, his marriage, his friendships, his forgiveness, his prayers. Every experience became another stone beneath his feet. He realized the staircase itself was built from his life. By the time he reached the bottom, he understood something the invisible spirit had been preparing him to discover since the beginning of his journey. Power could amplify a warrior. Knowledge could guide a warrior. Experience could mature a warrior. But character? Character determined what the warrior would do when no power remained. At the end of the corridor stood a single doorway, carved from smooth, white stone. Across its surface were 4 words, glowing with quiet brilliance: truth, wisdom, discernment, compassion. Anonymous rested his hand upon the door. It opened without resistance. A calm light flowed outward. Somewhere beyond that light, a familiar voice welcomed him. "Come in," said Jesus Rapp. "Your greatest training begins not with learning how to overcome others, but with learning how to remain anchored in truth when everything around you invites confusion." Anonymous stepped forward. The door closed gently behind him. His next chapter had begun. Chapter 2. The Armor of Truth. The doorway closed without a sound. Anonymous did not turn around. Something inside him understood that there was no path back, not because he was trapped, but because every true lesson required complete commitment. The warrior who entered the chamber could not leave as the same man. Growth demanded the courage to release an older version of oneself. The room before him stretched farther than the eye could measure. It resembled neither a temple nor a battlefield. Its floor appeared to be polished crystal, yet when Anonymous looked down, he did not see his reflection. Instead, he saw moments from his own life flowing beneath his feet like living water: his childhood, his years of discipline, the first time Snake Chi awakened, the meditation grove, the Chakratati rivers, the rainbow dragon, his marriage, the hidden dragon Chi vault. 34 years of Earth life transformed into immeasurable time chamber experience. Every memory moved beneath him like pages turning in an eternal book. There were no walls, only endless white light stretching beyond the horizon. The silence felt different here, not empty, intentional. It carried weight. Every breath seemed to echo inside his soul. Then Jesus Rapp appeared. He wore no armor, held no sword, displayed no overwhelming aura. His presence itself created peace. Anonymous instinctively bowed. Jesus Rapp smiled warmly. You have bowed before dragon guardians. You have bowed before the invisible spirit. But today, he gently lifted Anonymous back to his feet. Stand. The purpose of this chamber is not to make you feel small. It is to teach you how truth allows you to stand. Anonymous nodded. His breathing steadied. For reasons he could not explain, standing before Jesus, Rap felt completely different from standing before any dragon guardian. The dragons inspired awe. The invisible spirit inspired wonder. Jesus' Rap inspired trust. Without speaking another word, Jesus' Rap began walking. Anonymous followed. As they moved deeper into the endless chamber, small cracks appeared throughout the crystal floor. From each crack rose a shadow. At first they looked human, then they changed. One became a respected teacher, another became a close friend, another resembled a trusted leader. Each smiled, each spoke kindly. Yet something inside Anonymous felt unsettled. The words sounded pleasant, the intentions did not. One figure stepped forward. "You have become powerful," it said. "You no longer need guidance." Another smiled. "You have mastered enough." Another whispered softly, "Rest. You have already earned greatness." For a brief moment, those words felt comforting. The idea of stopping. The idea of believing the journey was complete. The temptation was subtle. It was not encouraging evil. It was encouraging complacency. Jesus' Rap stopped walking. Without looking back, he asked, "What do you notice?" Anonymous remained silent. He watched carefully. The figures smiled. Their words sounded encouraging, but none of them inspired growth. None of them challenged him toward greater wisdom. None of them called him toward humility. Instead, every sentence quietly centered on comfort. Jesus' Rap nodded. Discernment often begins where comfort ends. The figures continued speaking. "You've done enough. You deserve more recognition. Others should appreciate you more. Your wisdom is greater than theirs." As the voices multiplied, Anonymous felt something unusual. His birthright dragon chi remained calm. It did not react. It simply observed. The dragon chi itself seemed to be waiting for him to make a choice. Not with power, with understanding. Jesus' Rap finally turned toward him. Truth is rarely loud, but deception often speaks constantly. The room changed. The smiling figures slowly transformed, not into monsters, into mirrors. Each reflection showed a different version of Anonymous. One reflected pride, another reflected fear. One reflected insecurity hidden beneath confidence. Another reflected the desire to always be understood. Still another reflected the temptation to believe his abilities alone defined his worth. Anonymous stared quietly. He did not attack. He did not deny what he saw. Instead, he spoke honestly. "These are possibilities within me. They are not who I choose to become." The mirrors trembled, one by one. They dissolved into light. Jesus' Rap smiled. "The truth does not require you to pretend weakness does not exist. It asks you to recognize it honestly." The chamber brightened. A golden scroll descended from above. It opened before Anonymous. Ancient words appeared across its surface. The first law of the chamber. Truth does not make a warrior powerful. Truth makes a warrior teachable. The words entered Anonymous's heart like living fire. He suddenly understood why every previous chamber had prepared him for this one. Snake Chi taught adaptation. The dragon colors taught balance. The invisible spirit taught awareness. Birthright Dragon Chi taught identity. Now, truth would teach humility. Jesus' Rap raised his hand. From the center of the chamber appeared a suit of armor unlike anything Anonymous had ever seen. It contained no metal, no gemstones, no dragon scales. It was formed entirely from radiant light, woven together by countless threads. Every thread represented a moment when truth had been chosen over pride. Every strand represented honesty over appearance, compassion over ego, service over recognition. This, Jesus Rap said, is the armor of truth. It cannot be forged in fire. It is forged every time someone chooses integrity when no one else is watching. The armor slowly surrounded Anonymous. It felt weightless. It did not make him stronger. It made him steadier. His breathing deepened. His thoughts became remarkably clear. His emotions settled without disappearing. For the first time, he experienced what it meant to stand, without needing to defend his identity. The armor protected something far more valuable than his body. It protected his character. A new fate card appeared before him. Mythic Fate Card. Armor of Truth Class. Foundation. Guardian Passive Effects. Strengthens discernment under pressure. Reduces confusion during deception. Stabilizes birthright dragon chi. Amplifies wisdom instead of ego. Increases harmony between snake chi, dragon chi, chakra tati, and the heart. Hidden ability. Reflection before reaction. Before acting, the warrior naturally pauses long enough to see beyond appearances and consider whether the action aligns with truth, wisdom, compassion, and purpose. Jesus Rap looked toward the endless horizon. You have learned to defend your body. You have learned to defend your mind. But soon, his expression became serious. You will learn how to defend your heart. The white chamber slowly transformed. Its peaceful light dimmed. A distant bell echoed through the endless space. Somewhere ahead, a new trial had begun. The invisible spirit whispered from beyond sight. Every illusion you overcome without hatred becomes another year of dragon chi added to your birthright reservoir. Anonymous took a slow breath. He did not feel stronger. He felt wiser. And for the first time, he realized that wisdom could be the greatest form of strength. Chapter 3. The Shield of Discernment. The bell echoed once, then again. Each note seemed to pass not only through the chamber but through Anonymous himself. It did not ring in his ears. It resonated in his thoughts, stirring memories, questions, and convictions he had carried for years. The brilliant white landscape slowly changed. The crystal floor darkened into polished obsidian that reflected the stars overhead. Those stars were unfamiliar. They did not belong to any sky Anonymous had ever seen. Each one pulsed like a heartbeat, and with every pulse, the chamber itself seemed to breathe. The armor of truth remains described visually. Jesus Rap. There is a difference between seeing clearly and judging quickly. Jesus Rap. You have learned to recognize deception. Jesus Rap. Now, you must learn not to mistake what is unfamiliar for what is dangerous. Valley of Echoes transition described visually. Travelers, chorus, various voices. Follow me. This path is the oldest. This path is the fastest. This path is the only way. Anonymous to Jesus Rap. Which one is correct? Jesus Rap. You are asking me to choose your discernment. The mask's sequence is visual. Jesus Rap. Discernment grows through patient observation. It is strengthened by humility. It weakens when we rush to conclusions. Temptation to judge sequence. A traveler is whispered about. He cannot help you. He has failed. He has nothing to teach. Anonymous to warn traveler. What have you learned? Warn traveler. I learned that surviving hardship can produce compassion if you let it. Jesus Rap. Approval. You looked beyond appearance. You chose understanding before judgment. Invisible spirit voice. Wisdom without compassion becomes pride. Compassion without wisdom becomes confusion. Discernment walks between both. Shield appears visuals. Jesus Rap. This is not a shield that hides you. It is a shield that helps you remain steady. Trial of words visual. Arrows carry words. Accusation, flattery, fear, pride, doubt, comparison, condemnation. Jesus Rap. Notice something. Narration, observational lines. Not every criticism deserved acceptance. Not every compliment deserved dependence. Not every fearful thought deserved belief. Discernment was not reacting to every voice. It was learning which voices deserved attention. Second law scroll descends. Discernment is not the fear of being deceived. It is the patient practice of seeking what is true with humility. Inner response. The transparent birthright dragon chai grows brighter from stability, not power. Fate card appears. Shield of discernment, passive abilities, encourages patient observation before action, strengthens resistance to confusion and manipulation, increases harmony between truth, wisdom, compassion, and dragon chi, supports calm decision-making during conflict. Hidden ability, quiet mind. Jesus wrap, placing hand. You are beginning to understand. The greatest battles are not always won by striking harder. Many are won by refusing to surrender your peace. Narration end. Far beyond the valley, another doorway slowly opened. The Hall of Wisdom. Anonymous stepped forward, ready for the next lesson. Narrator. Chapter 4. The Hall of Wisdom, where knowledge becomes character. The doorway of living light did not swing open. It unfolded, layer by layer, like the pages of an ancient book whose words had been written before the first stars were born. Anonymous stepped forward. The instant his foot crossed the threshold, the entire world around him disappeared. There was no floor, no ceiling, no horizon. He found himself standing upon what appeared to be a vast river of light stretching endlessly through the universe. Above him floated galaxies that moved with the rhythm of a heartbeat. Every constellation shimmered as though it were a thought inside the mind of creation itself. Books floated through the air. Scrolls drifted slowly like autumn leaves. Some were bound in leather. Others glowed with transparent pages made entirely of living energy. The silence was profound, not empty, expectant. It carried the feeling that countless generations had come here seeking answers. The invisible spirit appeared several steps behind him. For the first time since the beginning of the journey, the spirit removed its hood. Its face reflected no age. It carried both the innocence of a child and the wisdom of an elder. You have entered the Hall of Wisdom. Anonymous slowly turned. So this is where all knowledge is kept? The spirit smiled. No, this is where knowledge learns humility. Those words echoed across the endless library. Thousands of books opened simultaneously, yet no pages turned. Instead, each book projected memories into the air. Anonymous saw inventors refining their ideas after repeated failures, teachers patiently helping students who struggled, leaders admitting mistakes, parents comforting children, artists practicing the same craft for years, scientists asking new questions instead of pretending to know every answer. He noticed something remarkable. The greatest among them shared one trait. They never stopped learning. The Library of Living Wisdom. Jesus Rapp walked beside one of the floating shelves. He gently removed a single scroll. It contained only one sentence. Knowledge fills the mind. Wisdom transforms the life. He handed the scroll to Anonymous. The words disappeared from the parchment and settled into his heart. Instantly, memories from every previous chamber resurfaced. Snake Chi had taught him adaptation. The red dragon had taught discipline. The blue dragon had taught flow. The green dragon had taught restoration. The purple dragon had taught perception. The white dragon had taught surrender. The black dragon had taught acceptance. The rainbow dragon had taught harmony. The invisible spirit had taught awareness. The birthright dragon Chi had taught identity. Now, he began to understand how every lesson connected. They had never been separate powers. They were pieces of one complete life. The three mirrors. At the center of the hall stood three enormous mirrors, each shimmered with a different color. Jesus Rapp gestured toward the first. This mirror reveals what you know. Anonymous stepped before it. The reflection displayed years of training, countless battles, Meditation, study, experience, everything he had learned. The second mirror glowed. This mirror reveals what you practice. His reflection changed. The images became smaller. Instead of dramatic victories, he saw ordinary moments, speaking kindly, remaining patient, continuing discipline when no one was watching, choosing integrity over convenience. He realized something. Many things he knew, he still practiced imperfectly. The third mirror remained dark. Jesus' Rapp looked at him. This mirror reveals what you have yet to learn. Slowly, the darkness transformed into endless stars. Every star represented a lesson waiting in the future. Anonymous smiled. Years earlier, that realization might have discouraged him. Now, it filled him with excitement. Growth would never end. The Scholar Dragon. The hall trembled gently. A new dragon guardian descended. Unlike the others, this dragon carried no armor. Its scales shimmered in silver and deep violet. Its wings resembled open manuscripts written in living light. Its eyes reflected both gentleness and immeasurable age. The invisible spirit bowed respectfully. This is the Scholar Dragon. The dragon lowered its great head until its eyes met Anonymous's. Its voice sounded like thousands of turning pages. Many desire power. Some desire wisdom. Few desire correction. Anonymous listened carefully. The Scholar Dragon continued. Tell me, what is the greatest enemy of learning? Anonymous thought deeply. Pride. The dragon smiled. A worthy answer, but incomplete. The enormous dragon extended one claw. A single seed appeared. The greatest enemy of learning is believing you have arrived. The seed floated into Anonymous's hand. Plant this. Anonymous looked around. There is no soil. The Scholar Dragon nodded. Exactly. Wisdom creates the ground before it expects the harvest. The seed dissolved into light. Instantly, the river beneath Anonymous's feet transformed. Flowers of golden light blossomed across the endless landscape. Knowledge had become action. The third law of the chamber. Another scroll descended from above. Golden letters slowly appeared. A wise warrior seeks understanding before recognition. A humble teacher remains a student. The words entered Anonymous's birthright dragon Chai. The transparent dragon within him opened its eyes. For the first time, it spoke. Its voice echoed gently through his soul. I grow strongest whenever you choose to learn. Anonymous closed his eyes. He finally understood. His dragon chi was not simply accumulated energy. It was a living record of every lesson honestly received and integrated into his character. Each act of humility, each moment of reflection, each correction accepted with gratitude. These became nourishment for the dragon within. The wisdom mantle, the scholar. Dragon spread its wings. Thousands of glowing feathers floated downward. Instead of landing on the ground, they merged with Anonymous's armor of truth. His shield of discernment shimmered. The armor changed. It remained light, but now every thread carried tiny symbols representing lessons rather than victories. Jesus' Rapp smiled. You are beginning to understand the difference between winning battles and becoming a guardian. New Mythic Fate card. A brilliant card appeared. Mythic Fate card, Mantle of Living Wisdom class. Guardian Evolution, passive abilities. Every sincere lesson strengthens birthright dragon Chai. Mistakes honestly corrected become future wisdom. Humility accelerates spiritual growth. Knowledge integrated through action increases harmony among all dragon forms. Hidden Ability Student's Heart. No matter how great Anonymized mastery becomes, he remains open to learning, allowing continual growth rather than stagnation. The Scholar Dragon slowly ascended toward the stars. Before disappearing, it spoke one final sentence. One day, others will ask how you became strong. Teach them not only your victories, teach them the lessons that made the victories possible. The Hall of Wisdom grew quiet once more. Ahead, another doorway began to emerge from the light. Upon its archway were carved 4 new words: the Chamber of the Guardian. The invisible spirit smiled. The next lesson is no longer about becoming stronger. It is about becoming someone strong enough to help others rise.